In a normal year, we'd be having this press conference, and the only focus would be snow, and I'd be surrounded by cabinet chiefs who are responsible, and they're here with me today to answer any questions that you might have. We haven't had a major snowstorm in Boston since March 3rd, 2019, over 21 months ago. So I'm urging everyone to be ready and prepared for this one. Let's stay safe and look out for our neighbors. There's a significant storm heading our way. The latest forecast from the National Weather Service and many of the meteorologists on the TV shows tonight are going to explain a winter storm warning in effect from 7 p.m. tonight till 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's the City of Boston has put that snow emergency in place. We have a coastal flood advisory from 10 a.m. tomorrow to 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Heavy snow is expected with totals between 9 and 13 inches in the City of Boston and the possibility of up to 15 inches. Snowfall can be very different in different parts of our city. Winds will be high tonight with gusts of 45 miles per hour, and we expect the storm to be followed by very cold temperatures Thursday night and Friday night. So we're preparing for a number of different safety issues that we'll be dealing with in the city, as we need everyone to take personal safety precautions. A snow emergency will go into effect tonight at 6 p.m. this evening in the City of Boston. Parking will be banned on main roads to allow our public works teams to clear snow and ice. Parking will also be banned in Boston Public School lots. We have discounted parking available at public garages all across our city. You can find information about parking options at all our storm resources by going to boston.gov/snow. And just also, a snow emergency, once it goes into effect at 6 o'clock tonight, we will be towing cars off main thoroughfares, so we're asking you to make sure you move your cars. The last thing we want to do is tow your cars. I know we're in the midst of a pandemic, but we can't get the streets clean if there's cars parked on the main thoroughfares. We expect heavy snow and poor driving conditions during tomorrow's morning's commute. We are also preparing for ice on the roads as temperatures rise in the morning and then fall again during the day. So if you are driving tomorrow, be extremely careful for ice patches that might be out there. The City of Boston Public Works Department is preparing for this storm. Crews will be spreading salt starting this evening, and they'll begin plowing later tonight. We have 150 pieces of city equipment that's going to be out on the roads with the ability to pull in over 600 pieces total all across the City of Boston. We have procedures in place to ensure COVID safety. Employees and contractors start remotely in the field to avoid gatherings in the public works facilities. Normally they'd gather in the yard and they'd get their assignments out there, but they're going to get their assignments through phone and Zoom, so they'll be starting out in the field. I'm asking residents to stay off the road as best as possible tomorrow to be safe and allow our crews to do their job. If you can stay home, we're asking you to please stay home. This is a day storm, so we're going to see this storm through tonight, into the morning tomorrow, into the afternoon. If you're an employer, we're asking you to help make that possible, that your employees can work from home tomorrow. If you must travel, we're asking you to please use public transportation and remember to wear a mask, practice social distancing, and follow all the safety protocol if you're taking public transit. If you must be on the road, again, we're asking you to drive cautiously, leave room for crews and workers to clear snow, and be careful because at some point during the day tomorrow, kids might be out, and we could have on corners of streets some piles of snow that's high that's going to obstruct your view. So I want you to be very careful driving very slow around the City of Boston. Some of our closures and delays related to the snow emergency. All Boston Public School buildings will be closed for in-person learning. Schools will be fully remote, and we'll end 2.5 hours earlier than regular dismissal time for each school. So kids will be learning tomorrow. School is not canceled. It'll be all done remotely tomorrow, and there will be a 2.5 hour early dismissal for our students. BPS meal pickup sites will not be open tomorrow. The pickup day was moved to today, and BPS has alerted families of that change. The sites are open until 6 p.m. this evening. Trash collection scheduled for Thursday will be postponed until Friday, and Friday's collection will be picked up on Saturday. Boston City Hall and 1010 Mass Ave will be closed for tomorrow for public business. All scheduled appointments in the city have been canceled with the opportunity to reschedule. BCYF community centers are closed, and in-person programming will be canceled for tomorrow. Boston Public Library branches are all closed, including the items for pickup service that are part of our BPL to Go program. As always, I'm asking everyone to do your part. We're asking property owners, you're required to clean the snow in front of your house and the ice from your sidewalks. And I'm asking anyone that lives on a corner lot or has a fire hydrant in front of the house if you could shovel handicap ramps out, catch basins for the sewage, and also fire hydrants in front of your home or near your home to make sure that we keep everything safe in the event of a need for a fire hydrant. I'm also asking people to make sure avoid overexerting yourself when you're shoveling. If you're feeling that you're getting some pains or some concerns, take a break. If you feel you're having chest pains, call 911. We're asking people also remember to clear your tailpipe when you start your car up and anything around your muffler before you're turning your ignition on, because snow will get high tomorrow and we want to make sure that you're safe. Space savers are allowed for 48 hours, up until 48 hours after the end of the snow emergency. After that, they're going to be considered trash and they'll be collected. So the trash, next week, people will be going around picking those up if they're still saving spots after the snow emergency has stopped. Space savers are not allowed at all in the south end, and this is an agreement that we have with the residents, have created their own system in the south end. I'm also asking people to make sure you check on your elderly neighbors or people that might be housebound, and if need be, if you could help shovel paths in front of their homes as well if they can't get out, just to be good neighbors. Anything you can do would be helpful. When you go outside, we're asking people to make sure you dress for the weather, take breaks from shoveling as you're shoveling, and make sure that you continue to move forward as you can, as best as possible to make sure that you're safe. We're also going to be looking out for the vulnerable folks tomorrow as the storm's going on. For those experiencing homelessness, we have expanded our shelter space this year due to COVID-19. Our shelters will be open 24 hours a day during the emergency, so guests will not have to leave the shelter throughout the day. We have coordinated a citywide network of providers and first responders to help people get into shelter. But we certainly benefit from the eyes and ears of all of you and your concerns for our struggling neighbors. Wind chills will be severe tonight, and tomorrow night will be even colder. So if you see somebody in distress who's not moving or looks underdressed for the weather, we're asking you to please call 911. Just don't pass them. Call 911 so we can get help for them. For a full list of resources and guidelines, go to boston.gov/snow. For all non-emergency questions or concerns you have living in the city of Boston, you can call 311. Our call center will be staffed up and ready with increased volume. We'll have increased call takers to take in the volume that we'll be receiving tonight and tomorrow. For updates on snow emergency news, you can sign up for notifications by phone, text, or email. You can text Alert Boston, one word, Alert Boston, to 888-777. That's the word Alert Boston to 888-777, or visit boston.gov/alertboston.